All right. First, let me at least give you an idea of what you're looking for. It says find the quadratic function whose graph contains these 3 points. Well, just to kind of negative 251. Whoop, that'd be way up there. 1, negative 9. That'd be somewhere in here. And then 5, negative 33. Where's that at? That's it's probably down here somewhere. So we got some type of quadratic function that hits all of them. Okay. So it could potentially open down, but it looks like it's probably going to open up somehow. So I don't know. So in the end, we're like y equals 3x squared plus 7x minus 2. That's like our answer. That's what we need it to look like. That's not the answer. That's the form of the answer. Okay. How do we get that? All right. Well, in general, we call this y equals ax squared plus bx plus c. We got to find a, b, and c. We got to find those. All right. We know the point. We actually know 3 points. We're going to use those to create 3 sets of equations, a 3x3 system. And we're going to solve it like we normally do. So the first point, negative 2, 51. And I'm going to use this general form here. I don't know what a, b, and c are, but what do I know? I do know y, and I do know x. So y is 51. I don't know a, but I know x is negative 2 squared plus b times negative 2, which is the x, plus c. And that's going to simplify to 51 equals 4a minus 2b plus c. That's one of our equations. That's one of our equations. You got to have 3 points though, because if you got 3 variables, you have to have 3 equations. You cannot have 2 equations and solve it. So now I got my other 2 points. What are they? 1, negative 9. So negative 9 is y. 1 is my x. So it is a times 1 squared plus b times 1 plus c, and I get negative 9 equals a squared. No, not a squared. Just what? Just a. A plus b plus c. It just becomes 1 squared is 1. 1 times b is b. So that's my second equation. Negative 9 equals a plus b plus c. And I got to get my third equation using the third point, which is 5, negative 33. And then I get negative 33 equals a times 5 squared, ax squared, plus bx, x is 5, bless you, plus c. So I get negative 33 equals 25a plus 5b plus c. All right, so now you got 3 equations, 3 unknowns. Okay, see if you can solve it. Use substitution or use elimination. I'm just going to rewrite those 3 equations over here. And I like to write the constant on the other side. You got 4, where did it go? 4a minus 2b plus c equals 51. And then I got a plus b plus c equals negative 9. And we got 25a plus 5b plus c. So to practice for your partner quiz, you should probably work with your partner sitting next to you. see you guys can agree.
We have the two agents.
And we have no
Wow, those are nice. Those are pretty close.
Yeah. That's usually what I do. Okay.
I'm taking out.
Is it really for Tuesday? Actually, nope.
I got this girl at my work. Last 7 dogs and boyfriend. And then the girls and so one that left them came back. You were seated.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah, I was looking for her. She said she forgot to charge her. Okay. Once we get the other two, I think we'll get enough seed. Yeah, because the other ones are big.
Yeah. And then I got B as well.
That was bad.
So with our -18, can we just use like one of these? Just plug it into one of these. And then solve for
All right, now most of you have kind of gotten to this point, 2 -18.7. If you didn't get there, go back and see if you can find your mistake. But it says write the quadratic equation. So make sure you write this as y equals 2x squared minus 18x plus 7. And so what you would have to do to check it is you say, all right, I'm going to plug in 5 and see what answer I get back. I'm going to plug in 1 and see what answer I get back. I'm going to plug in -2 and see what answer I get back. So write that in that quadratic equation form. Okay, so once you get those answers. So depending on whether you substitution or elimination, doesn't really matter. Just watch where you, because if you make a mistake, it's kind of hard to find, right, Lane?
Yes.
Very hard to find. So really, you did?
Yes.
Nice. All right, good. We're going to set this one up. So if you get your book, open up your book real quick. This will actually end up being on your homework, but we're going to set it up to get everybody on the same page.
Does this count as homework?
No, this is kind of classwork. You don't have to finish it, but you have to start.
Okay, that's good. I mean, anything. I'm not.
And read through 51 if you would.
We have I'll find it. You're good. No. Sorry, we got this. Yeah, that would be good. Okay. We got this. You have every week. Good. Ooh. Wow.
Yeah, I got this one.
Yo.
3 times.
Quarter.
Alright, as with any word problem, setting it up is the main thing. If you set it up wrong, the rest of it's wrong. So let's at least set it up. Read through there. I'll give you a clue. There's gonna be 3 equations, and then we'll generate them. I'm gonna give you the first shot, then we'll look at them again. How long did government test take you today?
10 minutes.
Yeah.
29 seconds.
7:29. 15 minutes.
Okay.
And you probably took your time. Yeah. And then you had 65, another hour and some a week. So you got a vending machine's coin box contains nickels, dimes, and quarters. Total number of coins in the box is 300. The number of dimes is 3 times the number of nickels and quarters together. If the box contains $30.05, find the number of nickels, dimes, and quarters that it contains. All right, out of that information, you got to come up with 3 equations. I'm just going to use N, D, and Q as my variables. You can use X, Y, or Z, or A, B, and C. It doesn't really matter, as long as they're the same. But what are the 3 equations? Well, how many coins are there? 300. So that is your first equation. N plus D plus Q equals 300. Because you're just adding up the, whatever, 100, 100, 100, 50, 50, 200, doesn't matter. What will be the second equation from the information? Gold.
Would it be D equals 3 times N plus Q in parentheses?
The number of dimes is 3 times the numbers of nickels and quarters. So I'll just start with that. You're not used to seeing something like that, but we'll worry about it later. Okay? And Josh?
The last one would be 0.1 D plus 0.05 N plus 0.25 T equals 30.01.
Agree. Only thing I'm going to do is I'm going to keep my N first, but we said the same thing. Your value there. So the value is $30.05. You got to make sure you put 0.05 times the number of nickels. So like N is like 15 nickels. The value would be 0.05 times 15. So you got 3 equations. Now I'm just going to give you some options from here, but then after this, you're going to save this for later. You can distribute your 3 and you can either use substitution for the D, or I can have N plus D plus Q. This is the first one. And what would this look like if I got everything on one side? Let me subtract 3N. It'd be negative 3N, because that would be D equals 3N plus 3Q. Negative 3N plus D minus 3Q equals what? 0. You can do that. And sometimes not dealing with, people don't like to deal with decimals. What could I just make that, the bottom equation, if I wanted to wipe out the decimals? Multiply it by what? Multiply it by 100, it moves the decimal point 2 places to the right. So it would be 5N plus 10D plus 25Q equals 3005. Do you have to do those? No, you can solve it any way you want. But you got to make sure your initial equations are right. And then from there, you kind of move from there. All right. I just at least wanted to set that up. And then you're going to finish that later. Don't worry about getting this down, but just pay attention. Everything we've done so far has had how many solutions? 1. Is that always the case? No, you could have infinite solutions. You could have no solutions. We need to take a look at what that looks like. Okay. So let's go ahead and copy this down. And the procedure is no different. The procedure is no different, but go ahead and copy those 3 down. So 2x plus 2y plus 2z equals 12. Negative 3x plus y minus 11z equals negative 6. 2x plus y plus 4z equals negative 8. And I'll proceed as normal. I'll let you give you a chance to get copies down. Think in your head, what method are you thinking? Or how you doing this one as you're writing them down? All right, Adam, we'll let you, what are you thinking here? If you started on your own way, that's fine, but I'm gonna let Adam start us off.
I would probably do elimination.
Get rid of which variable?
Y.
All right, let's get rid of y, and we'll just, so we got equation 1, 2, and 3, so let's get rid of it in equation 1 and 2. So we got to multiply equation 2 by what?
-2.
So I have to take -2 times -3x plus y minus 11z equals -6. I'm just going to write it underneath it, and then I'm going to move equation 2. I get 6x minus 2y plus 22z equals 12. So that's my new equation 2. Equation 1 is 2x plus 2y plus 2z equals 12. So that's equation 1. Add those together. 8x plus 24z equals 24. Now you got to take either 2 and 3 or 1 and 3 and get rid of y. Again, I'm going to assume we want to get rid of, use 2 and 3 because you just need to make one of them a negative. So I'm going to multiply equation 2 by -1. Minus 11z equals -6. And so that gives me 3x minus y plus 11z equals +6. So that's my new equation 2. Equation 3 is 2x plus y plus 4z equals -8. All right, add those together. 5x plus 15z equals -2. All right, did I do that? Please somebody double check me. Make sure. I'm good, Josh? All right. Now this is our whole goal, is to get it down to 2 by 2 system. So I got 8x plus 24z equals 24, and I got 5x plus 15z equals -2. Nathan, good practice for you here. How am I going to do this?
We can do the top by -5 and the bottom by 8.
There we go. That looks like we're getting rid of the x's here. And so that gives me -5 times 8 is -40x. -5 times 24 is -120. Z and equals -120. 8 times 5x is 40x. 8 times 15 is +120z, and 8 times -2 is -16. All right, we're after getting rid of the x's, right? But what happened? Got rid of the x's and the z's. So what does this equal? 0 equals negative what? 136. All right, what's that mean? No solution. You got to solve it like normal. If you get all your variables cancel out, gives us no solution. And I don't know which case it is. You know, is it all 3 parallel planes? Is it 2 parallel planes and 1 intersect? Or it's not intersect at the same point? But you know, at this point, no solution. Okay, no solution. All right, well, what does that leave? We've gotten one solution, we've done no solution. The last one is infinite. Hey, I'm gonna tell you, this is harder this is harder than you're gonna think, because of how you gotta write your answer, and I'll explain that here in a second. So go ahead and copy these three down. All right, so again, we wanna just go through our normal scenario, solve, figure out either what X, Y, or Z is, substitute back in, just proceed as normal. Cooper, what do you want to do here? Oh, you're gonna do elimination. You're gonna do substitution.
I would do substitution
With what?
with X.
With X? You really?
Well, no, I could do Y.
With substitution with Y?
That'd be easier.
All right, we'll do it. We'll do it. We'll live on the edge.
Nice.
So equation number one, you want to move the Y over, move the 7 over?
Yep.
All right, so I'm going to take equation number one. I'm going to make it Y equals X plus Z minus 7. And we're going to take that, we're going to plug it into the equation 2 and equation 3 and see what happens, okay? Let's see what happens. Oh, boy, I'm not sure where we're going with this. This will be interesting. So equation 2, 3x plus 2, y gets taken out. I got x plus z minus 7 minus 12z equals 11. I'm going to go side by side and work down because I got to do some simplifying. Equation 3 becomes 4x plus y. Since it's plus y, I don't need to put it in parentheses. I'll be okay if I just write x plus z minus 7 minus 11z equals 18. Combine, distribute, combine like terms, get your constants to the other side, we'll see where we're at. Three x plus 2x plus 2z minus 14 minus 12z equals 11. I get 5x minus 10z equals 25, it looks like. 4x plus x is 5x minus 10z equals what? 25. Got the same thing. Okay, I'm gonna make a little deal with you. Now, how many solutions are there? There's infinite. I want to ask you just to list 3 of them. Because there's infinite, right? I only want 3. Just give me 3. Go ahead.
4.
3, 3, 1.
All right, so he says 3, 3, 1. So 3 minus 3 is 0 plus 1 is not 7. So that's not working.
I don't like it.
There's infinite solution. Does that mean everything's a solution? No, not everything's a solution. I just need 3 of them. Like there's infinite. I think that's a pretty good deal.
I got a new one.
Oh, he's got a new one.
3, 3, 7.
3, 3, 7. All right, let me try it down here. 4 times 3 is 12. 12 plus 3 is 15. Oh, and 11 times 15 minus 77. Not quite 18. All right, so now, and you're going to have to, how do we list these answers? Okay, there's an infinite one. So here's what we want to do. And we're going to write it, you can write it in what's called in terms of z or in terms of x or in terms of y. What I mean by that is if I say I want your answer in terms of z, that means that the x term is based upon whatever z is, the y term is based upon z, and z is z. Do this for me. Take this right here, because they're both the same. Find what x equals. Isolate x. 5x minus 10z equals 25. So that means 5x equals 10z plus 25. Divide everything by 5, right? That means x equals 2z plus 5. Okay, x equals 2z plus 5. So if you give me a z value, I can figure out what x is. Now, what do we also have to do the same thing for? We need to do the same thing for y. We need to figure out what y is. We'll go back to one of your originals. So we got y is equal to x plus z minus 7, right? So y equals x plus z minus 7. I can take x and put in 2z plus 5. So that becomes y equals, so I take out the x, I put in 2z plus 5 for that, plus z minus 7. And so that gives me 3z, what, minus 2? So now here's how you list your answer. We've listed this in terms of z. Normally, it's going to be x, y, and z, right? Well, what are we going to take the x out and replace it with? The x gets taken out and replaced with 2z plus 5. That's your x. Y gets taken out and we replace it with 3z minus 2. And in this case, z is z. All you got to do now is pick a number for z. How many different numbers can you pick for z? Infinite. And then you figure out what x and y are. So I pick 0. So I pick 0. What does that give me here? It gives me 5. It gives me negative 2. And it gives me 0. Okay? So you could test it into any of those. 5, negative 2, 0. That gives me 15 minus 4, 0. Gives me 11. It's going to work for all of them. Now, how many did I ask you to give me? Just 3, right? So then pick anything else for z. If z is 1, that gives me 7, 1, 1. And if z is 2, that gives me 9, 3 times 3, 2. Okay. Now, there are infinite solutions. Does that mean every order triple is a solution? No. Okay. Did I mess that one up?
Yeah.
That's 4. There we go. Keep me honest, Hess. Making sure you're paying attention. Okay. There you go. Now, this is in terms of z. It depends on what your two equations end up at the end, what you can write it in terms of. Because like if this was 5x minus 10y equals 25, you could have done it the other way. Now, honestly, we could have, what if I solve for z? Let me just do, don't write this down, but I could have done, what did I have? 5x minus 10z equals 25. If I got z by itself, negative 10z equals negative 5x plus 25. Divide by 10, negative 10. It gives me 1/2 x minus 5/2. You agree with that? Make sure I didn't make a mistake. And then what was the other one? We had y equals x plus z minus 7. Y equals x plus z minus 7. So I could take the z out, and I could make it 1/2 x minus 5/2 minus 7. And so you get y equals 3/2 x minus 19/2. And so you would write this as x, 3/2 x minus 19/2. And then what was the z? 1/2 x minus 5/2. Those are equivalent. If somebody solved it in terms of x and they wrote that down, that'd be fine. If somebody wrote in terms of z, and one might be easier than the other. Those numbers still got to work. So if I plugged in 7, I better get back 1, and I better get back 1, but it doesn't look like I did. I did something wrong. What did you wrong? 7. What's 3 minus 19? That's negative. Oh, that's a little bit off. So z is 1.
Wow.
Negative 10z, negative 5x plus 25 divided by that. That should be 1/2 x minus 5/2. I'll have to look it up, see if I can figure it out.
You thinking that? You expect us to?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah,
Oh,
definitely. You guys are way smarter than me.
Yeah, that's right.
Is it right?
Yeah.
So I plug in 7. Oh, I did my multiplication wrong. That's right. There we go. So there you go. So it still works. So all you gotta do is list me 3 measly answers for those. All right, page 814. I put 51 at the end. Put 51 at the end, so that's that one.
This feels. You know what? I'm gonna do No, I won't do 51. I gotta have those guys by 2:00. I have to do my physics homework. I mean, like my exam is kind of starts there.
Who can take advantage of your two-star champion?
I am. I have a lot of physics homework.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. I haven't started working now.
I haven't done any of it, and I'm at 13, and I got a 9 on the and I get it. But it'll happen. It's gonna take over.